Good evening, students. Today the topic which we are going to start is structure of nephron. What is nephron? Nephron is structural and functional unit of kidney. वो kidney का structural और functional unit है. Okay. So let's discuss the structure of nephron. It is cup-like structure. One part. This part is Bowman's capsule. This Bowman's capsule continue in a tube-like structure and become little coiled. And this region is called proximal convoluted tubule, that is PCT. Then it will continue and form hairpin-like structure and from here it become little wider. Again it become little narrow and again coiled and continue as a tube, that is called collecting duct. Okay, so this is the structure of nephron. Now we will discuss each part one by one. Let's say this is the part 1. I will do labeling here. Part 1 is Bowman's capsule, because it was discovered by the scientist whose name was Bowman's. Now Bowman's capsule receive blood through afferent arteriole. Now what is afferent arteriole? Let's draw renal artery. What is renal artery? Which carry blood to kidney. So this renal artery enter into, it divide into afferent arteriole, and this afferent arteriole enter into Bowman's capsule. Okay, and inside the Bowman's capsule it divide into tuft of capillaries. ये बहुत सारी capillaries में divide होता है. Approximately one afferent arteriole divide into 50 plus capillaries. So this is called glomerulus. इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Glomerulus. So this is the part 2, and part 2 is afferent arteriole. What is arteriole? Arteriole means which form after the division of artery, and afferent arteriole is formed after the division of renal artery. Clear? Now this part is part 3. This part 3 is efferent arteriole. Now afferent arteriole divide into tuft of capillaries, and this part is part 4, that is called glomerulus. That is called glomerulus. Okay. Now capillaries. So part 2 is afferent arteriole. Part 2 divide and form capillaries. Capillaries unite and form again efferent arteriole. Clear? Efferent arteriole further divide into secondary capillaries that we will draw later. Now let's come on this part, this one, part 5. This part 5. This is little coil and this is the primary part. ये first part है. That's why part 5 is known as proximal convoluted tubule. क्या बोलते हैं part 5 को? Proximal, let's write down here, PCT, proximal, क्योंकि पहला पार्ट है. Convoluted, convoluted means coiled. That part is coiled and tubule, tube like structure है. Okay. Now this 5th part continue here, which carry blood from upward to lower side. अब कोई चीज ऊपर से नीचे आ रही है तो कब हो रही है? तो ऊपर से नीचे आने वाली चीज को हम क्या बोलते हैं? डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर. So this one is descending limb. क्या बोलेंगे इसको? Descending limb. So let's mark it number 6, and part 6 is, let's write down here, this is descending limb. Okay, this is the U-shaped structure or hairpin like structure, part 7, and this part 7 is Henle's loop, because it was discovered by the scientist known as Henle. Now this one part 8, this carry blood from lower to upward direction. So this region is known as ascending limb, नीचे से ऊपर जा रहा है. So part 8 is ascending limb. Okay. Now this region, this one part 9, this is again coiled and it is away from the woman's capsule. ये woman's capsule से दूर है, लेकिन coiled है. क्योंकि दूर है इसलिए this part is distal. This is known as DCT. Distal. C for convoluted. Convoluted means it is coiled. This region is coiled. T for tubule. Okay. And last part, this one part 10 is, this is collecting duct which collect urine. So this is the basic structure of nephron. Okay. Now first understand each and every part, then we will rub the labeling, and then we will discuss individual part. This is afferent, this is renal artery. Renal artery divide and form afferent arteriole. Afferent arteriole divide and form woman's capsule. Woman's capsule, glomerulus. Glomerulus unite and form efferent arteriole. Now look here. Okay, clear? Now this woman's capsule, cup-like structure, continue and form a coiled structure. This is called PCT. PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. It continue and form, this part is going down, that's why this region is known as descending limb. Descending ऊपर से नीचे. This one U-shaped structure is known as Henle's loop, and this part 8, which become a little wider and going from lower side to upward side, this is known as ascending limb. Now ascending limb open into a tube-like structure. This is known as DCT. D for distal, because it is away from the nephron, this woman's capsule. C for convoluted, because it is coiled, and T for tubule, because it is a tube-like structure. And it opens into a duct that is called collecting duct. So these all are the labelings for this entire structure. Now I will rub all these labelings so we can have another explanation one by one. And I will rub this part also. Okay. Now if I draw the rough structure of kidney, यदि मैं kidney का एक structure draw करूँ, this was the kidney, this we have drawn yesterday, and it is divided into two regions, cortex region and medulla region. The outer region is called cortex and this inner region is called medulla. Okay. Okay. So let's divide the part out of nephron. Which part is present in cortex region and which part is present in medulla region. So we will draw a line from here. Now look here. This region is known as cortex and this region is known as medulla. Now cortex region is the outer region and medulla is the inner region. In yesterday assignment, I have given you one question. Why cortex is dotted in appearance? Sorry. And why cortex is dark red in color? So we will answer all these questions here, and still if you have any particular answer, you can write down in your comment box also. So what is cortex? Cortex is the outer region. क्या क्या cortex में present है? Women's capsule is in cortex, glomerulus is in cortex, PCT is in cortex, and DCT. What else is in medulla? Henle's loop in medulla, and some of the part of collecting duct is in medulla. So in cortex region we have women's capsule, we have glomerulus, we have PCT, DCT, and in medulla region we have Henle's loop and collecting duct. So let's draw how they are located in kidney. This is kidney, and this one is a cortex region, and this region is a medulla region. Okay, so this woman's capsule is present here. This is PCT. This is Henle loop. This is DCT. And this is collecting duct. And let's draw glomerulus here. So woman's capsule, glomerulus, PCT, DCT all are in cortex region. Medulla region में सिर्फ Henle loop and collecting duct is there. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, now let's understand. Look in the diagram. If you compare part 2 and part 3, what you can notice here, part 2 is little wider and part 3 is little narrow. What do you think? There is some defect in my drawing, or purposely I have drawn? Yes, purposely I have drawn. Efferent arteriole is wider and efferent arteriole is narrower. Efferent arteriole, this is efferent arteriole, and this one is efferent arteriole. So efferent arteriole is wider and efferent arteriole is narrower. It is 2 times wider, 2 गुना चौड़ी होती है. Efferent arteriole divide and form glomerulus, and glomerulus unite and form efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole carry blood to woman's capsule. Efferent arteriole carry blood from woman's capsule. So what are the difference between efferent and efferent arteriole? 3 difference I have discussed. 4th difference I will discuss tomorrow when I will discuss the working of urine formation. First is efferent arteriole is 2 times wider than efferent arteriole. Second is efferent arteriole divide and form glomerulus, and glomerulus unite and form efferent arteriole. Efferent arteriole carry blood to woman's capsule. Efferent arteriole carry blood from woman's capsule. 3 differences I have discussed. 4 we will wait for tomorrow's functioning, otherwise you got confused, and if you any one of you are most welcome to write there. Okay, now this one is woman's capsule. Now we will discuss about woman's capsule. If we try to understand the structure of woman's capsule, it is made up of 2 layers. This is the inner layer, this is the outer layer. Inner layer is called visceral layer and this is the parietal layer. ये visceral layer, parietal layer आपको याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है. This is just for the information, so you can update yourself. Now here a specific cells are present and these cells are called podocytes. ये सेल्स क्या होते हैं? पोडोसाइट. Why it is called podocyte? Podo means pear like. ये इस तरीके से होते हैं, that's why it is called podocyte, and between them there is a slit. यहाँ क्या होता है, गैप होता है, and that gap is called slit. इसको क्या बोलते हैं, slit, from where the blood can filter. And this lower region is made up of a cell that is called squamous epithelial. ये जो लेयर है ये किसकी बनी होती है, squamous epithelial tissue की बनी होती है. You are not supposed to learn these cells. आपको याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है for 10th board examination. For NTSC examination, for if you are looking for another examinations, definitely you should understand. These cells are called podocytes and these cells are called squamous epithelium. Okay, so let's redraw it. Okay, so this is woman's capsule, which is a cup-like structure made up of two layers. Inner layer is called visceral layer, outer layer is called parietal layer. At inner layer, podocyte cells are present, and between these podocyte cells there is a slit which helps in filtration. This lower side is made up of a cell that is called squamous epithelium से मिलकर बना होता है. Okay, and moreover the wall of woman's capsule is very fine. That's why it is able to filter the blood. Filter नहीं, ultrafiltration of the blood यहाँ पर हो पाता है. Okay, now let's understand one thing. Why ultrafiltration is possible here? और ultrafiltration क्या है? Ultrafiltration means the filtration at very high pressure. और high pressure क्यों चाहिए? क्यों चाहिए? आप एक सिंपल सी बात को समझिए. Suppose you want to filter a tea. अभी मैं आपको बोलूँ कि चाय की एक बूंद छान के लेकर आना, तो आप क्या करेंगे? आप पहले चाय को फिल्टर करेंगे, देन यू विल प्रेस समथिंग ऑन दैट सीव. कुछ कल्चुअल या स्पून से आप उसको प्रेस करेंगे, सो यू कैन फिल्टर इट ड्रॉप बाय ड्रॉप. इन द सिमिलर वे वी हैव टू फिल्टर एंटायर ब्लड. दैट्स व्हाई हियर वी हैव टू क्रिएट अ हाई प्रेशर. ये जो डायमीटर में डिफरेंस है, दिस डिफरेंस इन डायमीटर हेल्प्स टू क्रिएट अ प्रेशर. एक प्रेशर क्रिएट करता है, ट्रिमेंडस प्रेशर, हाइड्रोस्टैटिक प्रेशर, विच हेल्प्स इन अल्ट्रा फिल्ट्रेशन, जो कि अल्ट्रा फिल्ट्रेशन में हेल्प करेगा. ओके, नाउ फ्रॉम हियर जब ये ब्लड जो है यहाँ से फिल्टर हो जाएगा, एंड इट विल एंटर दिस ब्लड एंटर इनटू पीसीटी. अब ये पीसीटी में एंटर करेगा. When it enter into PCT, that is proximal convoluted tubule, a lot of useful things also filter. Water will come here, glucose will come here, amino acids will come here, and we people are very greedy. We want all these things back except urea, except nitrogenous waste. So tomorrow we will discuss that. Here the process will be reabsorption. हम सब कुछ का reabsorption करेंगे. Now from here blood enters into PCT. ये यहाँ PCT में enter करता है. When descending limb में. In descending limb यहाँ पर further water का reabsorption होता है. फिर ये हेलियस रूप से फिर से pressure मिलता है. Then again it enter into ascending limb. यहाँ से DCT में enter करता है. फिर DCT में कुछ लेन देन होता है कि कुछ यूजफुल सब्सटेंसेस ब्लड को दे दिए जाते हैं, एंड फ्रॉम ब्लड समथिंग इज रीअब्सॉर्ब. कुछ चीज़ें रीअब्सॉर्ब कर ली जाती हैं. देन फाइनली यूरिन इज प्रोड्यूस्ड एंड इट कलेक्ट इन कलेक्टिंग डक्ट. फर्स्ट व्हेन वट एवर द फ्लूइड वी हैव इन कलेक्टिंग डक्ट, दैट इज नोन एज यूरिन. इससे पहले कहीं पर भी यूरिन वर्ड यूज नहीं होता है. ओके, नाउ व्हाट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट इज़ वेरी क्लियर. हमने मोटा मोटा अभी तक डिस्कस किया है, एंड इन दिस वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस दैट नथिंग इज प्रोड्यूस्ड इन किडनी. किडनी कुछ बना नहीं रही है. किडनी इज जस्ट फिल्टरिंग द ब्लड. वो सिर्फ ब्लड को फिल्टर कर रही है. क्लियर? तो बाकी कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. ये सारा फिल्टर होके ब्लड यहाँ आएगा। नाउ वेरी वेरी बिग क्वेश्चन, मैडम क्या ये एग्जाम्स में ड्रॉ करने के लिए आएगा? जनरली नहीं आता है ड्रॉ करने के लिए, जनरली लेबल करने के लिए आता है, बट वी कांट से एनीथिंग. You need to practice this diagram to understand the concept of this diagram. Leave it whether it will be a part of your examination or not. First you have to draw this diagram or the practice this diagram just to make your concept clear. And nothing difficult in this diagram. कुछ भी मुश्किल नहीं है. Yes, what part will can come for the drawing for sure, जो अक्सर आता ही है, that we will draw again. There is a term Malpighian corpuscle or renal corpuscle, Malpighian corpuscle or Malpighian capsule. What is this Malpighian corpuscle? It is woman's capsule plus glomerulus. Woman's capsule and glomerulus together known as Malpighian corpuscle. Diagram of this is important. ये आपको ड्रॉ करने के लिए आ सकता है. कैसे ड्रॉ करेंगे? What you have to do? Just draw a cup-like structure, that is woman's capsule. This much you are supposed to draw. Then draw one afferent arteriole. Okay, and then draw capillaries. This much only you are supposed to draw. What you are supposed to label? Part this afferent arteriole, part this efferent arteriole, this one as glomerulus and this one as woman's capsule. So 4 labelings are required. Now just have a look in your book. I have not discussed today basically what I have discussed as per your textbook. I have discussed the table only, which is given on page number 119. On page number 119 top there is a one flow chart. बस उतना ही डिस्कस हुआ है, प्रोसेस कुछ डिस्कस नहीं हुआ है आज. That we will discuss tomorrow in the next video, I mean to say. Okay, take out question number Question number 9. Label part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you can see, look in your book. So part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just try to show you here if you can see. Okay. Part 1 is afferent arteriole. This part is given part 1. This part is given part 2. This is efferent arteriole. This part is given part 3. Let me label part 1, part 2. Part 3 is glomerulus, part 4 is woman's capsule, and part 5 is this. This is renal tubule. You are not supposed to write PCT or like that. आप renal tubule भी लिखेंगे तो भी चलेगा. The second question is, what is the structural difference between part 1 and 2? Question क्या है? Structural difference. What is the structural difference between part 1 and part 2? Part 1 is 2 times wider. आप सिर्फ ये नहीं लिखेंगे 2 times wider. किससे wider है? 2 times wider than part 2. Part 1 is afferent arteriole, part 2 is efferent arteriole. Afferent arteriole is 2 times wider than efferent arteriole. Okay. Question number 3 is, what stage in urine formation occur here? यहाँ urine formation का क्या part होता है? That is ultrafiltration. That already I have told you in a bit. Name the liquid flowing through part 5. Part 5 से जो blood liquid जाएगा. Part 5 में कौन सा liquid जाएगा? जो यहाँ से filter होके जाएगा. And that is called glomerular filtrate. It is also known as primary urine. ये urine नहीं है बिल्कुल भी. This is a primary urine. Why it is called glomerular filtrate? In chemistry you might learn that the part which comes out after the filtration is known as filtrate. So that is known as glomerular filtrate. The next question is, what is the composition of liquid in part 5? पार्ट 5 में जो लिक्विड है उसका कॉम्पोजिशन क्या है? फिल्टर होके जो भी कुछ आएगा सब कुछ आएगा, क्या नहीं आएगा वो समझिए. इसमें कभी भी ब्लड, यहाँ पर क्या आया? ब्लड आया है. हमने ब्लड नहीं फिल्टर करना है, हमने उसमें से यूरिन को फिल्टर करना है, हमने उसमें से यूरिन बनाना है. बेसिकली फिल्टर भी नहीं करना, बनाना है. तो क्या यूरिन में कभी ब्लड सेल्स होते हैं? नो. सो वॉट एवर द फ्लूइड एंटर हियर, इट डज नॉट कंटेन blood cells. Although blood cells were present in part 1 में blood cells present थे, उसके बावजूद part 5 में नहीं है, क्योंकि वो यहाँ से फिल्टर होकर नहीं आए. वो कहाँ चले गए? part 2 में. part 1 से काफ़ी सारा वाटर आया और छनकर नीचे गया भी, but not the entire water. Some of the amount of water enter into part 2. वो part 2 में enter किया. Similarly, some of the plasma protein, they will not enter into filtration में नहीं जाएंगे, they will go back in part 2. तो वो कुछ प्लाज्मा प्रोटीन भी इसके अंदर होंगे. So what you have to do, you read the structure of nephron carefully from your book. You are not supposed to read from anywhere else. What you have to do, you are supposed to read page number 119. Try to understand both of the diagrams which is given in your book. उनको समझिए, एक एक लाइन को पढ़कर उनका मतलब समझिए. Then you are able to understand the concept. Still, if you have any doubt, please leave your doubt in comment box. And till then, take care. Goodbye.